Bourbon, Broncos, and no BS. Fans, brews, and Broncos news. What's up, Broncos Country, and welcome to another edition of Bourbon, Broncos, and No BS. My name's 𝐏𝐫𝐞, and I am glad to be with you here again on another Tuesday night. I got Scott the Flagman, one of my fantastic co-hosts, here with me tonight. Scott, how you doing, buddy?
Buddy, I love it. I am even more excited after watching that intro. That's
how about that intro?
I like it. It's nice.
Isn't
to
that
have
fantastic?
Current highlights,
yes,
as opposed to just everything that's happened in the past. So I like it. I
right.
really like it.
Well, that was the thing is, we build the new intro videos every year, but last year with us just losing so many pieces and head coach being gone and, first year of Sean Payton and all that stuff, right? This all new things and Bo Nix, no real NFL highlights from Bo Nix. So I asked the guy that builds the videos I was like, I have no idea other than let's mix it up and get some old school video in there. So it was incredibly nice.
Don't get me wrong. I love old school.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, me too. But it was incredibly great to see a video that had Bo Nix and all these guys doing fantastic things. So, and it just sucked that it was only 30-second song. But hey, guys, glad you're here. Post your comments, post your questions. You have may notice that I am wearing a Santa cap because, Scott, I am telling you what, man, it feels like it's Christmas in May. The Broncos got some fantastic news. Do you know what I'm talking about, buddy?
Oh, I do. The only thing that kind of brings me down just a little bit is we just seem to always play on the road on Christmas. And why? Christmas in Denver would be great. That would have been a great place for Bronco Claus to make an appearance.
I hear you know him pretty well.
All kinds of great things. But it is nice. It's kind of a tip of the cap that maybe we're being featured again. But I just don't understand the last two times we played on the road. We played in Kansas City in 2016. We played in LA. Yep. Well, we really didn't do much play in that game.
I relived that moment when I pulled up the score from that game and saw it was like 51 something. And I was like, I blocked out how bad it was.
Yes. Yeah. I think maybe the alcohol helped me that night.
Oh, I was drinking very heavily. But we got Jerry up in here. Jerry, how you doing, guys? Post your comments, post your questions. But the first thing I want to talk about, kind of what Scott's alluding to, what I'm alluding to, the Broncos playing the Chiefs on the road on Christmas Day. And I tell you what, I'm not saying this with my blue and orange goggles on, right? I'm taking them off, and I'm looking at this and saying, there is no way the Broncos are going to lose this game. I guarantee you that is a driving force. That game and the playoff game are two driving forces in that locker room. I'm telling you, that is the chip on their shoulder. They should have beat the Chiefs, and they came out looking pretty decent against the Bills to start that game. So, these are things that are going to really kind of tell the story of the season, if you ask me, Scott. But, what was your reaction to hearing that news? And are you excited? Are you worried? What are you thinking?
You know what? Again, I approach every year so positive. But,
me too.
It's third year under Payton. The players he has and has gotten are his. These are guys that are going to be bought in. And I think you're going to start seeing, and we started seeing a little bit last year, that edge that he's bringing to his team. And, I'm excited about, this Harvey. I think, maybe that guy can, we need something in that running back room. And I'm excited about Pat Bryant. I don't know why. But I just think that it's about getting these young guys that he's chosen to be his guys. And now you got a second and third year of people that he's brought on. And holdovers, these are holdovers that he chose to be his people, and I think that it's just building a better culture.
Exactly.
And I love a team with an edge, and Sean Payton's got an edge.
So, man, it's
I'm
true.
Excited.
And
I really am excited.
And I'm gonna come back to that point later on, guys, because after we talk some of the schedule news, we are going to talk briefly about what we think the biggest offseason acquisition or biggest move that the Broncos made this past offseason. So stick around. We're going to talk about that later on. But for now, we're talking about the schedule because, of course, the schedule is coming out tomorrow, Wednesday at 6 p.m. We will finally know what this whole next season is going to look like schedule-wise, travel-wise, and start really breaking it down and picking it apart. So, look, we got that game. The next game that was announced, before, guys, I got some breaking news. There is one game already that we have already heard leaked for the last couple of days, an international game. Before I get to that, I have some breaking news of something I've seen leaked just recently, not confirmed, but a week 1 schedule. And Scott, would you like to take a guess? Is it a home or away game?
Whew. And I've been at work all day long, and I have not really been checking the radio or anything. Yeah. I am truly, truly hoping we have a home game because first week, I love week 1 home openers. I just love them because, again, it's all that energy and enthusiasm and, optimism that goes into that first game. So I'm hoping it's a week one home opener, and I'm just going to throw it out there. Man, could it be the Chiefs week 1?
Interesting guess. Well, here's the thing. That is not what I saw.
Okay.
What I saw was the opposite of what you want. What I saw was a week 1 on the road against the Texans. So, very much a meh opening weekend game. I mean, there is some storyline there. 2 very young, talented quarterbacks. Both teams made it to the playoffs last year. So, it could be an interesting game. Very tough opponent. Not one
maybe
to
a good time to get them. Maybe a good time to get them in week 1.
Versus down the stretch. Yeah. Very true.
We haven't had a week 1 opener for a few years.
We haven't.
This seems like
I remember them talking about there was a long stretch where the Broncos did have, more often than not, it was a home opener at Denver. But the last few years, it has not been that way. So we'll see. Like, this is just what I saw, a quote unquote leak, not confirmed. We'll have to wait to see until tomorrow night at Wednesday at 6 p.m. For that schedule to be released. But the other last one really quickly here that we want to touch on, Scott, Broncos, quote unquote, at Jets. So it is an away game for the Broncos against the Jets in London. So, dude, I couldn't ask for a better international game opponent. I mean, that if I had to pick one off the schedule, I would probably say the Jets. And there you go, man.
I like the opponent. London. This is like the third time I've been in London. I would have liked to have had them go to Germany. I know a bunch of our Bronco gang boys are in Germany. Germany, they rep hard. So it would have been nice to see a little bit of that. Although, Bronco gang Europe is everywhere. Yeah. Bronco gangs everywhere. But I would have just get to Germany because I know there's a huge contingent in Germany.
Oh, geez. It's really cool to hear about. It's cool to see. And I'll tell you what, I see it a lot at the Broncos games. You're walking around, you got like the patch, like I have on my shoulder, Bronco gang stuff. And people, and you wearing the flags and stuff like that. Oh, it's cool. People are like, oh, you're in Bronco gang too? I'm like, yeah. And we have this tailgate. Like, come on down. You know what I mean? So yes. It is. They're everywhere. They are everywhere. And it's fantastic. I mean, it's kind of like the show, our audience as well. You guys are fantastic. Like, obviously, most of them are in the United States, but we have listeners in Canada, Mexico, UK. During the draft, man, we had somebody, I remember from Jordan was tuning in and watching us during the draft. We've had people from Italy and New Zealand, Japan. Some of our stuff was getting shared around in Japan over the weekend. So we're international. Broncos are international, and I definitely think they're one of the more liked teams out there. So, it's fun stuff.
We are international. The Broncos are. I don't care what anybody says. We're America's team, and I think we are the world's team.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think so. Jose, good question here. How many TV primetime games for the Broncos to play on national television this year? Between all the different ones, we'll see what the schedule, but we know of 3 so far. The Thursday night game, which is December 25th, Christmas Day against the Chiefs on the road. The international game against the Jets, technically one of our away games. And then what was the other one? Versus the Jets, versus the Chiefs, and then I thought there was a third one. Maybe those are the only 2 so far we know about. So we know of 2. I don't know. Scott, you want to guess another 2 to 3, maybe? Maybe a couple Monday nights, Sunday night in there.
I'm not big into these primetime games. I like Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, for sure. No, don't get me wrong, but
that's bad. But
hey, look, as the team keeps getting better,
the first game against Kansas City being primetime.
Yeah, that would be a hell of an opener. That could be
a Sunday night game.
Yeah.
So, I could see that happening for sure.
Here's the thing with the NFL, would they allow that kind of risk against the Chiefs?
I don't know.
I'm just saying. The
they do love their Chiefs.
They do love the Chiefs. And so are they really going to offer up another week 1 loss and against the Broncos? Like, I'm just saying.
I think I maybe it's just my orange colored glasses and goggles I look through, but I think some of that shine from the Chiefs is it's about to kind of rub off, and we're going to start seeing there's some cracks in their armor.
Yep.
As it should be. I mean, you got to tip your hat to how great they've been in the last,
for sure.
I don't know, 6 years. I mean, they've been the team, and that's hard to do consistently. Be there every single year competing for Super Bowls. We know because we did it for years and years and years. Mm-hmm. But I think, this may be the year.
Yeah,
I'm hoping.
I agree, man.
I think last year. They should have lost a couple of those games last year.
Oh, a couple, Scott? A couple, like 5 or 6. Like at least a third of the season, like where they weren't even in playoff contention. Okay. Just saying. Hey, a couple comments here. So we are going to transition away from the schedule. Remember, guys, next Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, we got a full length episode geared towards talking about the schedule, breaking it down, talking about some predictions, and hearing from you guys and your thoughts about it as well. So we'll let all the people do the initial analysis tomorrow night. We'll be live next Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, to talk about the schedule and break it down for you guys. But let's move on. We got a couple things here comment-wise. First, Biggie Bronco, glad to see you here. Good comment, though. I like this. Why can't anybody see that RJ Harvey runs and cuts like Le'Veon Bell? If he gets at least 15 touches a game this year, he's going to have 1,700 all-purpose yards. Man, I'll tell you what, Scott, the more tape I see of RJ Harvey, the more I'm impressed. And one particular video I want to call out here, somebody did timed his in-game 40-yard dash. So caught the ball, he turned, he was running, so he already had speed, right? But then from the 50 to the 10, sprinting down the field, 4.02 seconds. This guy is fast. You get him out to the open field, he is gone. I'll tell you what, this is a running back that if he can continue to run angry like we've seen in college and move that over to the NFL and stay quick like he is, we get a run game going. Talk about pairing an offense that can run the ball and throw the ball with a top 3 defense, shut down defense. I mean, talk about how amazing it looks on paper right now.
I call me old school, but man, I just long to have a running game again. I mean, I love a good, solid running game. And you get that going. I mean, you think back to C.J. Anderson. Not flashy.
Yeah.
But you know what? If he had a little bit of daylight, ain't nobody going to catch him.
Gone. Yeah.
You know, it just gives you so much more options in the offense. I would love to finally get back to having a guy that you could hand the ball off to on downs that you're supposed to throw on. 3rd and 6. Yeah. That's a throwing down. But you know what? Think about what they used to do with Terrell Davis. I mean,
right?
You check into that run, and it didn't matter. You didn't know whether he was going to run or throw.
Exactly. I think it's exactly what you're going to see here.
He catch the ball out of the backfield, and then same thing. I would love to get back to that kind of style.
Well, I think you're seeing that by who are we drafting, right? The type of running back we got. Yeah, the number 1 running back that went to the Raiders. I already forgot his name because I don't like him now because he's on the Raiders. I can't stand him anymore. But RJ Harvey, arguably the number 2 running back in the draft. And you see what he does. Not only is he quick and handles the ball well and runs fast and runs angry, but he can catch. And he's very consistent in that realm. And then you look at who we got in the 3rd round, Pat Bryant, wide receiver, and the things he can do and how consistent he is at catching the football. This is you're seeing, and this is what I like about the offseason. When you get to you want to call it the end of the offseason here, because all the moves are made more or less. The schedule is coming out, so we know what the roadmap's going to look like. The pieces are in place. Now we just got to figure out what the final roster is going to look like, and then boom, you're off to the races. So, the majority of the work is done. We can see what the roadmap was, what they were talking about in those meeting rooms back at the beginning of the offseason, right? This is what they wanted to put together, and you can see why, and you can see the plan they have in place. And it's kind of like a beautiful painting. I go to the art museum if they kind of had this stuff,
I love this time of year. And again, it's just so exciting to see the direction they're going. And I don't know. I mean, the proof will be in the pudding when it starts.
For sure.
But, I'm not going to question. I mean, this this leadership group hasn't given us reason right now in the last 2, even 3 years to question them. Ever since we've gotten Sean Payton on board and he started eliminating, he couldn't do that his first year. You can't just blow up the team the first year.
Right.
But he started bringing in people that he trusted. And trust is so important. You've got to have people that are bought into not only the system, but to the coach and to each other. And that's what I love about Bo. He's a uniter. He's the kind of guy that bring people together, not tear them down. He's good, and he's going to hold them accountable. There's a difference between yelling at people to get them to be accountable for their actions and just tearing them down because they're not able to do what they're doing, or somebody makes a mistake. Mistakes happen. But I don't see that in Bo. Bo's going to point out the mistake and say, okay, hey, you're better than that. Fix it. Next time, do this.
Yeah. You're talking about leadership.
That was the beauty of Manning. Manning, he was, if you didn't buy into what he was doing, guess what? You just weren't going to get the ball.
Exactly. Right. So you better get on the same page.
And that's okay.
You better get on the same page. Yep. I agree, man. And to have that kind of leadership where you can't just have, any quarterback can go up and yell at the players and say, you got to do better. You screwed that up, or probably, a little bit more adult language than that, but any quarterback can do it. But not any quarterback can get the player to listen and to care about what he's saying and to respect what he's saying and to say, you're right. I can do better. I need to do better. I need to work on this. I need to step up for the team. I'm letting him down. Right. Like when Bo speaks, people listen. And you don't get that just out of any random person out on the street. It's refreshing. It's refreshing to see the Broncos have a clear path that they are taking, that they see as the best path possible to success, to a Super Bowl appearance, to a Super Bowl win, right? To reclaiming the AFC West. I'm telling you, I am dubbing this season right here, right now, the Broncos return to dominance.
Yes.
And that's to take back the AFC West title. And that's this year, man. Like they have the pieces. They just got to go do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
Let's deliver it.
This is great, man. Well, hey, I did say we want to get to this subject. So just really quickly, let's talk about it. Something for you guys to think about. And we can talk about more about it at length next week. But looking back at this offseason, Scott, what do you think was one of the highlights that you think is like, this is big. This is something that can really help push us over the edge and get us to be, playoff contenders.
The easy choice is to say the tight end.
Sure.
Evan
Ingram, yeah.
Ingram, he's a really, really good piece. But man, I love me some inside linebacker.
There you go.
And that guy's healthy. Then we had a steal. And that's what I'm hoping for. And
yes,
I just we have got both of the San Francisco signings. You're correct, Sean. Both of these guys, they're healthy. This team is set up to be dominant. And then in addition to these signings, there's 3 signings. Those 3 signings were great.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, and I'm really, really excited to see what's the guy from Utah we drafted last year? The edge, our edge guy,
Benito.
Defensive. No,
not Benito, not Cooper. Oh, Sanders. No, that's linebacker.
No, come on, man.
I don't know.
The kid that his dad played for us. He was an offensive lineman.
Ellis.
Ellis.
Oh, thank you, Anthony. And Keith.
Man, yeah.
They're both like, get on with the show. You guys are dumb.
Yes. Well, you know what? I'm old, so I got an excuse. I don't know what the hell.
I don't have that excuse.
No, but I just think this guy's ready to blow up. He had a solid, nothing great about his rookie year, but he got playing time. And what we're going to see this year is now he's going to start developing some moves, some secondary moves. And I think we're going to see Ellis really blow up. And while he's blowing up, he's going to be destroying quarterbacks along the way. So I'm excited about that guy. Yeah, Luther Ellis was his dad. And I don't know why I can't remember that. But
I like this. Those signings were better than your bratwurst, Scott. And you make some good bratwurst. So
come on, man.
Look, just really quickly for me, all those points, very, very valid. And I think you could argue that any of those are the more impressive or substantial moves that the Broncos made. I'm going to say, taking 𝐁𝐫𝐸 at number 20. And it wasn't necessarily that the Broncos took a risk on him. They didn't reach for him. He fell to the Broncos. The fact he was there at number 20 is mind-blowing. The more you learn about this guy, the more you're going to ask yourself, how did he fall to number 20? Now, you put him on the other side of Pat Surtain. Holy crap. And now you got the guy from San Francisco back there as a safety. 𝐏𝐫𝐞, I think 𝐏𝐫𝐞 or something. Then you got Dre Greenlaw. You got Sanders, who's going to come back healthy. You got Ellis. You got Nick Bonito. You got Cooper. You got DJ Jones. I mean, I could keep naming these guys. Like you got Zach Allen. You don't forget Moss. Like you have a scary defense. Okay. And your offense doesn't need to put up a ton of points if you keep the other team at 10 points or less, right? Like that's easy. So this defense, I think, is going to shock the NFL. They're probably going to sleep on us early on. That's fine by me. But drafting 𝐁𝐫𝐸, especially you give him a year or so, some experience there, but sitting on the other side of Pat Surtain, man, start watching for those pick sixes, dude. They're going to start rolling in. It's going to be insane.
Kevin, I know you said the offense doesn't have to do much. Guess what?
But they still will.
This offense will be better. It's going to just keep
they're still going to
better.
Yeah.
And that's the exciting part. They don't have to just muddle through with 17 points a game.
Sure.
They're going to be better. And Bo, man, I think this is a big, big, big year for Bo. And remember what Elway did his second year. I mean, he was, okay, his rookie year. He just kind of,
Right.
And he stepped in mid-season again after being benched, took over for DeBerg, and started his first comeback against those Colts.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, the next year, I mean, they figured out how to use him better, and they figured out what to do with him, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
And I think Bo, I'm not saying he's Elway.
No.
I'm not saying he's Peyton.
Not yet. He has to earn that. Yep.
But this kid, I just got a feeling about him. He's got smart,
special.
He's got the drive, and
he's got humility.
I like him. I don't know. Maybe I'm way off base.
No, but I think you're right. I mean, not only do they figure out how to better utilize him, but things like not having a broken back for the second half of the season, it's probably going to impact his playing ability coming back. He's probably going to be able to do a few more things. And while we're sitting here at the end of last year going, why is Bo Nix not running the ball as much? Why are they not using designed run plays for him as much? Scratching our head. Then we find out at the end of the season, yeah, he had a broken back. It's like, okay, now it makes sense. He recovers from that now. You go out there and you give him his full set of tools. Oh, man. Oh, you better watch out. This guy's going to be scary.
I'm excited. I really, really, really am. And, of course, again, I'm the ultimate optimist. But now I feel like I have something to hang my hat on.
Yep. Right there with you, man. Well, hey, let's get into some closing thoughts here, guys. Didn't have time to get to all of your question comments, but remember, we are live next week for a full hour-length show, Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, to break down the schedule and talk about everything. So far, we know about the Broncos versus Chiefs on Christmas, which, again, is going to be an amazing gift for the Broncos. I really do believe that. It's going to end very well. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Broncos international game and all of the other games on the schedule for the Broncos. So we'll see how many primetime games we have and everything like that. It's going to be a great time. But with that being said, guys, Scott, man, closing thoughts, dude. What do you think?
I am just counting the days to opening day.
Yup.
I know people say, yeah, preseason. I hate preseason. I don't know. I like it. It's like that first preseason game. You get there, there's no pressure.
There's no pressure. That's such a huge part of it.
People, you're just hanging out, drinking some beer, talking to people, enjoying the beautiful weather, because the weather's always beautiful. It's an evening game. So, it's hot to begin with, but down the line, it's just fun. It's like a family reunion every year.
Yep.
And I love it. And I can't wait. And I wish I was better prepared at this time of year than I am, but we're going to have everything set up, and I'm so excited to not only meet new people, but just to reconnect to all my family that I've met over the years. I just love it.
I agree.
So
man.
I'm excited. And then it's just everybody is united behind the same team, and we're excited and positive, and I don't know. I can't wait.
Yep. I love it, man. Look, you're exactly right. There's going to be a lot of excitement, real excitement. And guys, I mean, preseason is great. You get to see the rookies. You get to see these guys fight for their NFL career, fight for a spot on the team. You get to see, which undrafted rookie is going to stand out and shine and is going to make the team. Like, there's a lot of really cool things that happen in preseason. And I get that the rules are made up and the points don't matter. And then, at the end of the day, it's all just for fun. But one, it's football. And two, it actually, the decisions that they make there could be pretty impactful to teams moving forward. So, look, Terry kind of confirmed what I had been talking about earlier on as well. Terry, I saw it as well before the show. It looks like potentially Broncos at Texans week 1. So that means we would know 3 of the 17 games for the season already. And I'm sure there'll be more leaks tomorrow, especially in terms of primetime games. You usually see a lot of leaks on primetime games the day of the schedule release. So watch out for it, guys. It's going to be a fun day tomorrow. And then it's time to just look ahead and really start breaking down what these players can do, who they are, who's going to make the team, and get ready for it, because it may be mid-May, but it's going to be training camp before you know it. And we'll be out there tailgating, Scott. You better believe it. I'll be out there at 3 a.m. with you.
Yes, sir. And you know what? We need to get to a training camp. We do a little training camp action. Maybe we go over and do a little Top Golf action. That would be fun.
Yeah.
And I enjoy staying down in tech center and just kind of chilling. So I love it. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Jeez. It's just so exciting to think that, one, we're halfway through the off season, and two, this next season, guys, there's real optimism here. Like, I'm not just saying these things because I want you to watch the show and I'm obsessed about the Broncos. Like, we've been saying this stuff for years, but now, like, there's meat on the bones. There's data to back it up. It's passing the eyeball test. And you can go back and look at any of the clips from last year. I encourage you guys. We're several months removed from the season now. Go back and watch some of the highlights from last year. And I'm not just talking about the few really big ones that you all know of. Like, go back and watch some season-long highlights of the Broncos and remember just how impressed we are. And, like, this is real. This is real. So anyway, guys, look, I hope you enjoyed the new intro video. I hope you enjoy the new outro video for this season as well. Again, this is our 10th season. Get ready for it, guys. Got a lot of prizes and everything coming for you down the line as we go through the course of the year. Scott, man, thank you for joining me as always. But with that, I got nothing left to say other than to end this as we always do on a very strong Go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
Take care, everyone. We will see you next week.
Do what I like, yeah, I do what I like, yeah, I do what I like. Sip and go, sip is right, and I go.